I met Matt my freshman year. Matt is a year older than I am, and he was a sophomore at the time. I actually noticed him before I actually met him.
The first recollection I have of speaking with Liza, we were in a dining room of my dormitory. And we were sitting at the dining table and we were having a discussion about African-American men on the Princeton University campus.
It was kind of a guys against girls type thing, our opinions of them and their opinions of us.
Liza seemed to have thought at that time that we were the worst things in the world. And of course, I disagreed with her.
That was our first conversation.
At that point, I was involved with someone. And the first time that I really felt like I wanted to be, or could possibly be romantically involved with Liza was probably a few years later.
We saw each other again at a party. Matt was talking to my best friend and he indicated that he was very interested in me, and from that point on, she became our Cupid.
That was right at the end of my junior year. So during the summer, Shafali kind of went back and forth between me and Liza saying, oh, Matt said this about you, and oh, Liza said this about you.
The moment we got back to school my junior year, we were together from that point on.
We saw each other at a party and we were together instantly, and we danced all night that night.
We literally stayed up for 24 hours and just talked about our lives, the things that we want in families. It was just a wonderful conversation. It felt like I had known him for years.
Probably about a week after that first week, we were sitting together in Liza's room, and I asked her if she would be my girl. And she said yes.
I really believe that I loved him from the moment that we became friends. The moment we started talking that first day.
I gave her a kiss on the cheek.
I said, Matt, is that all I get after all this time?
And I said, well, no, not if that's all if you want more, you can have more. So I bent over and I gave her a kiss, and it was a beautiful kiss. It was a nice long kiss.
It felt like I had known him for years, and he was a wonderful friend, and there were so many similar experiences as two African-American people coming to Princeton, and so many similar goals in terms of giving back to our parents who haven't had much but always gave us everything they had.
We fell in love, I think, pretty quickly, and once I fell in love with her, there was nothing that I wouldn't do for her, and there was nothing that she wouldn't do for me.
My parents met Matt 3 months or so after we started dating, and they left him. And this was a first for my father in particular. And I met his family also.
We have two families and two different cultures. My family is the Black American culture, and her family is the West African culture, and they're very different cultures.
At times, it's very interesting. There are a lot of stereotypes, I think, that some Americans have of Africans and some Africans have of Americans. My family speaks with accents, and they speak another language. And so sometimes I know Matt doesn't understand what they're saying, and I translate kind of what's happening. But there haven't been any problems. It's just interesting.
The proposal occurred approximately a year after I had graduated. Liza had just graduated. It was that summer.
And I was visiting just before I went to law school.
I had a roommate at the time, great guy. I told him that I wanted to propose to Liza and I needed his help, and he was wholly open to the idea. What I did was I got a dozen roses, and I got a bunch of gifts and wrote a few notes for Liza, and I asked my roommate if he could arrange the roses and the gifts in my apartment in a particular way.
And he called and said, let's go out to dinner tonight. So I was quite excited because I kind of stayed around the apartment most of the day.
I took the first of the dozen roses with me to dinner, and I gave that rose to her over dinner.
I just thought it was Matt being romantic. He's a very romantic person. And so I smiled and said, of course, I said, thank you. And we continued with our meal.
Meanwhile, my roommate was back at the apartment preparing the entire setup.
And when we got home, he said, close your eyes, I have a surprise for you. And I thought, oh yeah, right, I've been here all day. I know there's no surprise here.
So she closed them, we opened the door, I guided her in.
I turned and went into the hallway, and the first thing I saw was a balloon that said, I love you. And I looked down, and there was a trail of roses on the floor. And by each rose, there was a present or a card.
She was so hysterical as she picked up the roses. The first rose, she cried a little bit. The second rose, she cried a little bit more. By the time she got to the fourth or fifth rose, she was really crying hysterically.
I went to the next rose, and there was a white negligee. I went to the next rows, and there was a card, just a beautiful card about relationships and love.
I picked up the 12th rose. I took the diamond ring out of my pocket. I got on my knee, and I asked her if she wanted to marry me.
I was crying hysterically, and it's so funny. My first reaction was to say, "Are you sure you want to do this?"
And I told her, of course, I'm sure, and she said of course, she would marry me. And it made me the happiest man in the world.
I see my life with Matt as just one very big, happy life, one long, happy, healthy life. Matt is my best friend, and no matter what obstacles we face, I know we'll be fine as long as we're together.
Wait, last night was so stressful.
I know, we got so little sleep. We really need this.
In here and relax, get massage. Is this the place?
Yeah. Hi. I'm Gladys. I'm Liza. Nice to meet you.
How are you? Are you ready for your massage?
Very.
You excited about your day?
Yes, I am, but I just can't wait till all the details. And so I really need this massage.
Oh, it sounds like you're gonna have a nice day.
Oh, I hope so.
Good. Yeah, we got some tension going on.
So you're up till 2 in the morning, wrapping gifts and getting the party favors ready.
All those last minute things.
Liza was hysterical. She was crying.
That's what she said.
She was so hysterical.
You'll be in good shape by tomorrow. You'll both be like Jello.
Oh, you're getting your nails buffed.
Securing my manhood.
Next is the pedicure.
Do you have to use this thing? Oh, man. Why do you have to use this thing?
I won't tell anybody now, I promise.
Is there an electric version of this? Give me a Black & Decker nail buffer. And I'll be all right. Do you have to move your thumbs like that? Oh my goodness. I touched it. Oh no, I touched it. Oh man. As long as nobody sees, just keep on driving. Hi, Mommy. How you doing?
How are you? Oh, Grandma, how are you?
I'm Lonnie Tuning, and I'm the wedding coordinator here at Princeton University Chapel. I will be here tomorrow as well as tonight to help you get through the logistics, and then Reverend Gibson will be here to take care of the rest of when you get up here.
Okay, what we're going to do in just a minute is practice leaving the chapel, and then we're going to practice coming in. Then you and Matt turn and face each other, so I have a nice profile, all right? And then we're going to do the actual exchange of vows.
We want to thank everybody for participating in our wedding by giving you all gifts.
I want to say a few words about Ryan. Ryan has been an inspiration to me, and really one of the reasons, I'm going to get choked up, that I decided to go into a law career for children. And I've grown a lot because of Ryan and my experiences with his family. And he's such a wonderful, wonderful child, and I love him very much. He's my godson, and thank you very much, Ryan. I love you.
On the night that we got engaged, we ate at a Jamaican restaurant called the Cassava, and my gift to her is a bag of cassava flour with a bouquet, silk flowers, so we can keep it forever and remember the night we got engaged.
How beautiful.
Happy anniversary.
Say Mado, my pal. Mado, I love you. Say it, my pal.
Me piao.
Mado.
Me jiao.
Yeah, yeah.
Rise and shine, rise and shine. Breakfast time. Rise and shine. Rise and shine. I said rise and shine. I'm proud of Matthew.
I gave you a $2 tip the last time I was in the shop. Plus I gotta pay car fare to get out to Coney Island in the first place.
About 2 o'clock this morning, tried on my reception gown. One of my bridesmaids, Melissa, she looked down, and there was lipstick all over the satin gown that we just flew in from Africa.
Like, I can't believe this is happening, but is there any possible way that we can get this done today?
I will try. We normally aren't doing same-day service on Saturdays, but if you want, I can try to.
I beg of you, I plead of you. That would be unbelievable if you could possibly do it.
Can you boys believe we're getting married? I can't believe it.
I can believe it. What are you talking about? Or like the second you and Matt met each other, day 2. I met him. We talked all night. I think we're gonna get married.
Get in the shower next, man. It's 9:10. We got 20 minutes.
Oh, man. Oh, man, I put too much baby powder. It's coming through the pinch.
You gotta slap yourself up.
Yo, no, that's what you gotta do. You smack it. Try this way.
Nah, you gotta take the pins off, bro. Yo, we out in 5 minutes, Reggie. Tell
5 minutes.
You went down for breakfast?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
there's a whole bunch of people there. Hi, this is from Matt.
Oh, happy anniversary. I love you, Matt. Oh, he's such a sweetheart. What do you think, Gladys?
I think it's a great day, Liza. Yeah, it's going to turn out really well.
I met Gladys Means as a sophomore. She became very involved in Community House, which is an organization geared toward minority communities. Ryan and the other child's name is Rocky, became her sons. She adopted them, and they became my godsons. And over time, we became a family. All right, see you later. Bye.
Yo, I cannot believe this. We are on time. Yo, we are the bomb.
Note from your bride. She's not gonna make it, is she?
Dearest Matthew, we're an hour and 45 minutes away from our wedding. I feel completely at peace. I cannot wait to see you at the end of the aisle. I am proud and honored to have you as my husband, your wife-to-be and best friend. Love me.
Is it?
That's a team effort, guys. Thank you. Marriage is like climbing Mount Everest. Don't go on.
Oh, okay. No, I got it. Here, I'll switch places with you. Take it this one. How's everyone ready?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Is everyone ready to zip?
Yeah, really great.
Oh, so high heels. I hope mine doesn't faint. Really gorgeous again.
Duck your head down.
Don't hit your head. A little bit lower. A little bit lower. That's it. That's more.
You're right. Slide yourself in.
What time is it?
It's exactly 11:33.
Okay, great. We can get Dad and get back just literally to walk down the aisle.
Feeling right now.
Oh, Mama,
Daddy.
you look so pretty. You remind me of your mom when we married many years ago. You look so nice.
What?
there's your way out. You know, if you know.
Last was what? I got 2 minutes. I got a soft landing.
Yeah, a soft landing. I think we can make that.
Son, I don't want to dirty up the tux though. I might have to meet somebody else after I land. I think I'm starting to get a little nervous, man.
A little nervous though.
I ain't nervous though. It's just like something is about to happen. My body's like something about to happen. Something about to happen up in here.
Now, I've been joking around all this time, but with all honesty, marriage is a beautiful thing. Now you have the rest of your life to share with somebody else. It makes it that much easier.
Mike, don't get serious with me, man. I need a joke.
We thank God for this, and I'm glad I've lived through to see my first daughter and only daughter get married today. So I'm so proud.
Thank you, Dad.
Matt, will you have this woman to be your wife?
I will.
Liza, will you have this man to be your husband?
I will.
Look deeply into his brown eyes. Liza, try to see the next 75 years. Matt, look into her eyes. Brother, try to see the next 100 years. All right?
All right.
You getting there?
Yeah.
You at 25? You got to 50 yet?
I'm at 50.
Michael, may I have the rings, please? Thank you. Matt, I'll ask you to repeat after me. I, Matt, take you, Liza, to be my wife, to have and to hold, from this day forward, for better, for worse,
For better or for worse.
for richer, for poorer,
For richer, for poorer.
in sickness and in health,
In sickness and in health.
to love and to cherish,
To love and to cherish.
as long as we both shall live.
As long as we both shall live.
Matt, take this ring and place it on her ring finger and repeat after me. I give you this ring as a symbol of my vow. And with all that I am. And all that I have. I honor you. In the name of God.
Tumfo Awurade Nyankopɔn. Wo mba ye hiem wɔ ha na pei. Awurade bo hon hyehyɛ hon na fa hon koduru. Onam wo do ba Jesus Christ na adwumti. Amen.
Amen. Now that Matt and Liza have given themselves to each other by solemn vows and the giving and receiving of rings, I pronounce that they are married. You may kiss your bride. It is my pleasure to present to you for the first time in their married life together, Matthew and Liza Jones. Somebody ought to say amen.
This dress is the bomb. You look good.
Okay.
That was the first thing I said when I saw you. Damn, you look good, girl. Ooh, be careful.
Fall into it because you have to.
Joining us for the first time as man and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Matthew Lawrence Jones Jr.
At the reception, we're going to change into African attire, which should be really beautiful.
I'm trying to follow you.
In West African culture, when a beautiful event occurs, the persons involved in the beautiful event, in this case it would be myself and Liza, we're surrounded by everyone at the party and they wave white handkerchiefs and they dance around us.
I love you so much, and I'm so happy, and I just can't believe you're my husband.
I can't believe you're my wife. I love you.
I love you too, baby.